What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Joe here with our RGBL Week 7 Team Builder going against Prince Hunter and his Dallas Dawn fans. This is looking to be a very interesting matchup. This is not looking to be an easy or hard match, but it's definitely looking to be a match nonetheless that is going to be very, very challenging nonetheless. But if you guys are hyped, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to join the Phil Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. And I am just really looking forward to it. As of recording this video, again, just as of this one, I have been. I mean, this has already probably happened, but I've been on a 7 to 8 game winning streak right now, and I got lucky. Some of them I just won because of skill, but this is a great accomplishment for myself, especially for the. It's just great, but. No, we're not gonna brag about that. We're gonna go into this team builder here. We are now currently, as of time, I have not played my week 6 game. I would have already played my week 6 game, but my opponent left, and now my new appraisal opponent is going to try to build their team, and then we're gonna figure out a time to battle. So I'm gonna go ahead and just prep for week 7. I didn't care, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. This doesn't go up until after week 7. Week 6 goes up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But looking at my opponent's team, he has Arcanine, Hatterene, Raikou, Snorlax, Lapras, Alolan Persian, Aegislash, Goodra, Tentacruel, and Leafeon. So he's kind of got a bit of a Trick Room team and just a bulky team overall. So definitely looking to be very challenging. This matchup, also, I'm sorry I'm tired. I've been feeling sleepy today. I'm going to try to take a nap later today. But looking at my opponent's team, Leafeon makes absolutely no sense versus me. I don't think Leafeon comes. I don't think we will see. I don't think we're going to see Tentacruel, in my opinion. Tentacruel, I feel like, doesn't have really strong, solid matchup. When I have a Freeze Dry Vanillix, I've got a Roserade that can kind of just wall it. I have Swampert that walls it. I have a Necrozma that beats it. I have a Rotom that beats it. Like, I feel like my team overall handles Tentacruel. There's a decent chance he still might want to bring it, but I don't know. Goodra's really kind of pressured this game, but I can kind of still see it come. Just to be really an annoying blob. But the problem is this: he's got to be careful not to click GUI, because if he clicks GUI on my little Zapdos here, I'm getting Defiant Boost. So looking at this team overall, it just helps Zapdos with Defiant Boost. It's just so good. I love it so much. So there's that. But Goodra, I think, is something that could potentially come if he thinks he needs it, but I don't think he might bring it. But I can see it more over on the Tentacruel. And then one that can come, but it's a really toss up if he wants to bring it or not, is Aegislash. Aegislash is very, very good offensively versus me, but there's a good amount of my team that pressure it from a both defensive and offensive side. There's things like Swampert, Zapdos, that really kind of just pressure it from a defensive but also offensive side. There's chances that he can activate weakness policy sets on my Necrozma. My Necrozma can, in various ways, 1v1 it with something like Dark Pulse, Shadow Claw, Earthquake, Earth Power. Excuse me. In that type of situation. So there's a lot of ways I can counter it, but I think it's still something he could bring as a really good mon to bring. There could be chances it could be King Shield, Swords Dance, or it's a Trigger Variation one. I don't know, but it's really just going to come down to what he thinks is best. But over the 6 I think he can bring, I think Arcanine makes the most sense. Arcanine checks 3 of some of the best mons I'm bringing this game. Plus, there's a chance he could run a Power Orb Solar Beam set, but if he can see leftovers or anything like that, we know that for a fact. He could also just be a Toxic Morning Sun Fire move, and then potentially something maybe Ground, Dark, Fairy, I don't know. Hatterene, I think Hatterene's matchup versus me, honestly, is very, very good. I think Hatterene's definitely going to be Trick Room with Mystical Fire. Definitely Psychic move or Fairy move in this matchup. And then its last move is kind of up in the air. It's probably either going to be a Fairy move or it's going to be a Ghost move. I kind of don't see Giga Drain being an option for Hatterene this matchup, just with the fact that, one, Giga Drain only really checks my Swampert, and that really doesn't do much else for him to do. Where having something like Shadow Ball is actually really good, kicking it still spam against my team, and plus it helps him 1v1 against my Necrozma with Mystic Firing and Shadow Balling in that type of situation. Raikou, I think Raikou is very, very dangerous versus me. Raikou is pretty much free to run the same move of running Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Scald, or a Spear. That set literally comes whether he's a spec set, a V set, or a Shuka set. That comes into play there because Raikou, in my honest opinion, also could run choice specs. Because if you really look at my team, I believe I have a ground type, but he can kind of freely run specs against me if he really thinks about it. So if he doesn't think about it, it's good. If he does think about it, we're screwed. So there's that. Snorlax is a very annoying mon for my team to have to face. I kind of expect a. I know it seems weird, but I kind of expected immunity Snorlax or a thick fat Snorlax, just because I mean though Rotom does have really good matchup here. I just generally think he's gonna over prep for Rotom. So if he thinks I know I'm gonna over prep for the Rotom, he should just honestly bring because if you look at Rotom's matchup, Rotom kind of just wins a good amount of the time, but you're gonna see we have a little bit more different strategy. I think Lapras honestly comes. Lapras can honestly 1v1 a good amount of my team. Lapras with Body Press 1v1s, Vanillix plus Sand Slash at 1v1s, the Swampert with Freeze Dry. The only things on my team that can kind of beat Lapras is maybe Rose Raid, depending on the situation, but mostly my Zapdos as well. It's just going to really come down to how we play on Lapras. And if he doesn't bring Lapras, that's actually going to open up so many doors for so many of my mons. And I think Persian comes as well. I think Persian just for knockoff, pivoting, maybe U-turning type of situation there. Maybe see foul play as well. Just a really kind of annoying set, kind of maybe fast, bulky pivot, kind of something like that. But yeah, I think that's the 6 I see him bringing. Like I said, I could potentially see the Aegislash be brought. There's a decent chance Gudra could be brought, but I don't know if he really wants to bring Gudra. And there's a small chance we could see the Tentacruel still. So let's break down the team we are bringing this week. We are first bringing off Dash, and Dash is not running no choice band or choice scarf. Instead, is running the Wakan berry. Now, it does seem we're running Wakan over Payapa, but I feel like Wakan's more appropriate this matchup because of the fact that, for one, you really don't want to make your switch-ins to me being your Hatterene, even if it's max, like you really don't want that. But looking at my dash this week, we have Brave Bird, Bulk Up, Thunderous Kick, and Throat Chop, 116 HP, max attack, Adamant, which I've been pretty much able to do every single week, which is really good. 64 defense, 76 spit depth. Now, the reason why we're a bulk up variation this week and not leftovers or anything like that is if you really look at his team, he really, really struggles to break my dash. Now, looking at this matchup, he really kind of is gonna have to reliably bring a lot of good defensive pivots into my Zapdos. But the thing of what Zapdos does is I can bring this thing on a Mystical Fire hit. I can bring this thing in on an Intimidate from Arcanine. Like, there are so many ways that his team can actually cause my Defiant to activate. So it's going to really pressure him on how he wants to build, which is amazing for me in this type of situation. Oh, excuse me, which I really like. But the reason why we're running Thunderous Kick, its signature move, which I believe does not miss. Correct? Yes, it does not miss. Now, why are we running Thunderous Kick and not something like Close Combat? Well, in this matchup, I really kind of want my stats lowered. And if I really think about it, there's no real need for me to lower my stats because at -1, a a Thunderous Kick into a Brave Bird funny enough, knocks out Raikou, which is crazy enough. Even if I go +1, Thunder's like +1, and we've taken down at least roughly 30 to 40% of Raikou. +1 Brave Bird knocks it out, which is incredibly good. Again, the whole idea is to keep spamming Thunder's Kiss, because again, he doesn't have a Ghost type, and if he does bring his Ghost type, that's where Bulk Up comes into play, and then I can also be able to beat the Aegislash 1v1. And here's where King Shielding becomes a problem as well, because if he King Shields, my defenses get lowered, but guess what? I get a Defiant boost. And that gives me +2 instant with a bulk up as well. So it's just like, I'm pretty much free to set up against anything, and I'm pretty much free to click as many buttons as I want with Dash on the field. Dash only really gets pressured if Raikou is the lead in this matchup. Like if I see Raikou, I'm not leading this thing. Yeah. But there's a lot of good things he can do. And I just overall think Zapdos kind of puts in the pressure. Zapdos is now in that kill leaderboard like he should be. He should have been how long ago, but yeah, we're bringing my vanilla. My vanilla here with the Icy Rock this week. We're running 100 HP, max special attack, 16 speed depth with the 132 speed, but the rash nature with Aurora Veil Explosion, Toxic Blizzard. Now, this is a really weird set. I do understand that. It doesn't check anything, it doesn't really help with anything. What does this set generally do? Well, the jet set is to kind of bait in things like Arcanine and then maybe Snorlax and go for the Toxic. Now, why Toxic? Because if it baits in Snorlax and Snorlax is not immunity like he should be, again, I keep saying that he should be, not Thick That. Thick That, my opinion, does not really help him this match. Where if he runs immunity, I can find that out. Excuse me. I can find that out right out the gate, which is really good. Also, Explosion's actually really good to, if I start setting up Hail, I explode. I waste only one turn of Hail, but if I keep my Icy Rock in play, then basically Sandslash can come into play and just click a button. It's going to be so good. I do have Aurora Veil just to support the team, and I do have Blizzard because Blizzard spam, is one of the best things to just spam the game. Even Arcanine relatively, unless it's Spadef, Arcanine really doesn't actually want to take some Blizzards in Hail as well because it's just really good. We are running enough speed to outspeed any zero invested bulk, both on Raikou and Persian. So basically, I outspeed his natural bulk, and any of his fast bulk is zero speed invested, we outspeed. So there was that. Up next, we're running Sandslash Ice Pick here with the Slush Rush. As always, 112 in HP, 84 Spadef, 60 in speed. Actually, I'm going to run the 84. I'm going to run the 84 in defense, just for that safety precaution I have. And I think I can run enough for 300 defense. No. Do I risk it? Nah, I don't care. Well, we're running Swords Dance, Drill Run, Brick Break, Icicle Crash with Swords Dance, Drill, like I said, 140 HP, 92 defense, 60 speed. The 60 speed lets me guarantee be faster in every single thing that his team does not Choice Scarf. I am not expecting any Choice Scarfs this week unless he is deathly afraid of my Rapidash, of my Galarian Zapdos. But if he needs to really think about it, if I force myself into Scarf, it benefits him more. So I want him to believe my Zapdos is Scarf this game, and the reason why I would bring it. And then if I can just bait in, like, say, let's just say Hatterene is physically defensive, but is at least max HP, but not max defense. If it's not max defense and it's just max HP, a Thunderous Kick into Brave Bird will knock him out. Which means if I can just spam Thunderous Kick benefits me so much in the game to where it really just helps me in general, and I can knock out Hatterene, and Hatterene becomes less of a problem because you can see I'm not backing an Iron Head Stab or any Iron type moves because I didn't think they were necessary. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, just because of the fact that, oh my god, I'm so tired. I don't know why. Just because I didn't think it was very necessary this match. I think steel coverage is nice, but the coverage I have is relatively great. Brick Braid hits ball half of his team that we're expecting him to bring. Icicle Crash hits the others that you don't really want, and Drill Run's there for things like Tentacruel. It's there for the Aegis Slash. So basically, it's like I've got all my bases covered with these three moves. Swords Dance is just on there just because Swords Dance helps me set up and it kind of helps clean a late game situation in case I need to. Up next, we're finally bringing back Roserade after what feels like, I think the last time we used Roserade was it week 1 or week 2? I think it was only week 1 we brought Roserade, maybe. I can be wrong about that. You guys will obviously watch the videos, but if it has been week 1, we're bringing her back finally after like 5 to 6 weeks of not bringing her. We're bringing Roserade. I want him to believe that I'm not going to bring Roserade since I haven't been bringing Roserade at all this matchup, but he should understand the threat that is Roserade. We are running Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Sludge Bomb, and Shadow Ball with 156 HP, 56 defense, max special attack, modest nature, and with the 44 in speed investment. Again, there is no switch-ins really to Poison Stab on his team besides Aegis Slash, and there's where Shadow Ball is there. He has an answer from Goodra for Grass Spam, where there's Sap Super, but again, Sludge Bomb is there. It also does nullify Sleep Powder. It does work like that as well, so gotta be careful about that. But if you really look at his team, I mean, just kicking Sludge Bomb is going to be so fair. Like, if he brings the team I expect him to bring, I can just spam Sludge Bomb the entire league. I can instantly lead this thing and just click Sludge Bomb. There's no resistance. There's no stopping me from clicking it. And HW. We are running Poison Point. I was thinking about running Natural Cures just to be a status absorber in this game, and I was thinking to potentially, like finding some way to take advantage of Technician with Magical Leaf or something like that. But I felt like there was no necessary need for that. But I feel like just having Poison Point is a good chance just to potentially try to pick up a poison on something like a U-turn or knockoff Persian. Maybe something off of Body Press Lapras. Maybe something off of maybe Snorlax in case Snorlax, unless immunity stops it. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know if it does or not, so there's going to be that. But basically, this Roserade actually can kind of just go in and win us the game as well. So Roserade's like a backup win con in case Dash can, Sandslash can't do too much. We also have a Mon that's going to hopefully help us kind of break and do some work this game. We are running Devin here, my Swampert, with Earthquake, Bulk Up, Body Press, and Iron Tail. Max Attack, Adamant, baby. And we're running a very unique speed creep here. We are running 164 speed, 92 in defense. Now, why am I running so much speed on my Swampert? This Swampert is designed to outspeed all of his defensive bonds from Goodra to Arcanine and to all his slower offensive bulky frets. Basically, this is faster than Arcanine, and actually, I don't think it is faster than Arcanine. Anyways, I don't expect him to really do much to me anyways. This is faster than Goodra. Now, why am I faster than Goodra, you ask? Well, Goodra could be a little bit of an annoying problem for my team if I'm not careful. And it does get access to power whip, but if I can weaken down Goodra to a point, and I might even change the speed up to be honest, but I'm guaranteed making sure I'm faster than things like Lapras, I'm making sure I'm faster than things like Snorlax, and we are packing the Yachi Berry. Now, why am I packing the Yachi Berry, you may ask? Well, it's because I know that Lapras, it's going to carry Freeze Dry, and it's going to be really annoying. And with Yachi Berry, I take the hit, I can, plus if I chip him down, plus I got all my bulk ups going, I can be able to 2-hit KO him with the Body Press, if not 1-hit KO him, depending on the range he's at. And that's going to be very, very important, as I do expect a relatively semi-physically defensive Lapras. So it's going to not do too much, but nonetheless can do a lot of damage if we can play this situation right. We are running Bulk Up because I find like having a defense boost nullifies things like Foul Play, which is really good, and just gives Swampert an offensive presence this game. We are running Earthquake. There was no real need to run Water Stab this week because I didn't really see any real chances or instances of him to run Water Stab this week, and we are risking it with the Iron Tail. Now, why do I have Iron Tail in this set? Well, Iron Tail is a really fantastic way to hit Hatterene. At +1, I'm pretty sure this should be able to knock out Hatterene. Again, I have to land it, of course. And instead of going for Earthquake, Iron Tail is strong, is about same base power. It's just lower in accuracy. So it kind of hits harder. If I regret it, I regret it. But again, Swampert should still be able to naturally live one hit from Hatterene, even if it goes for the Trick Room. If it doesn't go for the Trick Room, I can still live one hit regardless, and still be able to revenge that thing with an Earthquake if I were able to chip it down. So there's that. And last but not least, we're bringing just a defensive, annoying Necrozma set. We are running Reflect, Light Screen, Brick Break, Shadow Claw, 160 HP, 12 attack, 232 defense with an Impish nature, and 104 in the Spadef. So what is this Necrozma set supposed to do? It's basically here to support the team. It's basically here to support things like Devin, Masquerade, Ice Pick, and Dash. This thing, as you can look at his team, he has no way to remove hazards besides one spinner. And I have no, he's got no defog of presence. And that's what's really, really good about this match, is he has no way to remove screens, he has no way to remove Veil. So I would have liked to have run Light Clay Unwell for Vanilla, but I feel like there was no necessary need when Sandslash actually puts in so much work. So I wanted to bring something with Light Clay. I was thinking of maybe bringing Rotom with Dual Stab, but looking at my Necrozma, I want him to bait. I mean, I might change this to Rotom. I don't know just yet. But with having this Necrozma, it actually baits in Hatterene to where I can beat Hatterene 1v1 unless it's got a Draining Kiss or anything like that. But also, it forces me to see if Hatterene has to Shadow Ball. Because if I do it, it definitely has less move coverage that it needs to run And plus, this thing's still faster than Hatterene outside of Trick Room, and I can be able to 1v1 that. This can basically bait him to think, okay, he might be weakness policy. I gotta be careful not to click a move against him. But then when he sees the turns are longer, then he'll know I'm likely. So basically, if I can bait off that I am weakness policy with this thing, with just going for reflect and right screen, it's gonna really pressure him to not want to bring Necrozma. I know it also seems really weird to bring Necrozma as a light clay user, but I still felt like Necrozma served a purpose for this team, as it is something that can still be able to hopefully kind of not exactly 1v1, but help kind of be able to pressure things like Persian by clicking Brick Break on it and breaking any potential things like Persian could try to step on me as well. So overall, I felt like this set, and it also gives me a way to hit Snorlax, which is also really good too. So I overall think this is a very, really good team. I think we again might change this to like Will-O-Wisp and maybe dual screen and then Volt Switch with Rotom. I don't know just yet. I have to really kind of figure that out, but I think I like the rest of the team, and you never know. But that's gonna be it for this team builder, guys. I think I went a little more in depth, but also not going too much in depth. So there's that. Yeah, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to join the First Striker crew because you're familiar with the game, the crew. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap. I will see you guys later. Until next time, guys. Peace.